Welcome to another exciting edition of Valencia College's Writing Workshops. My name is Chris Brown, and I'm the Lab Center Supervisor over at Winter Park campus. Today, we're talking about MLA and other citation formats, which you'll need if you're writing a research essay, and of course, if MLA is required by your professor. So remember, you can always find all the resources we talk about today in this video and all of our other writing workshops just by typing in writing workshops on the main valenciacollege.edu search page. So it should be that first link there. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so I can show you all of the wonderful resources we have here at the college. First things first, I want to make sure you understand what is going on here on our library search page. So real simple stuff, right? You can just perform a basic search, and this should include hopefully everything you've ever wanted to search for in terms of your essay writing, right? And then you also have the catalog here. So the catalog allows you to search specifically what's in our library catalog at Valencia. And of course, we have interlibrary loans. You can also find other books that we could bring into our library and get to you. And of course, that we could loan electronically as well. Here you have articles, and when a professor suggests that you find scholarly articles, they mean articles published in a scholarly journal, and you could use this to search here. We have ebooks, which are electronic versions of books, and then course reserves, which will actually take you to specific texts reserved by a course. So let's go ahead and get back here. And let's say we're searching for Flannery O'Connor, who wrote some short stories that you may need to write about, right? So first, we can just type in Flannery O'Connor, and then we can actually get our sources down to what we need. So we know that we're looking here at all the collections. Since we're online, it shouldn't bother us if it's in any collection, right? And then if we go down further here, we might find that we could find when it was published or what century the work was published. And then there might be more specific topics even, right? So the author's name, 33 on this topic, or criticism and interpretation of things by O'Connor. So let's say we decide that we need this critical insights book here, right? So we click on it. We actually get into the source right here. It looks like it's not checked out. It's available because it's on the internet. And if you click right here, you'll actually find the full book. So before we move forward, though, you can have all the information you might need for a citation. Let's say you're going to quote this book or use the information in your essay. All that information is here. But if you want to see it in the book itself, you can click on the book. It'll take a few seconds to open up here. All right. And if we go down here to the bibliography, this bibliography is actually going to show us all the sources they used for the book, right? So if you find any sources within the source that you want to use, this is another great resource here. And of course, if you go down to the very bottom, you'll see MLA 8th edition, and then you have bibliography, critical insights, O'Connor, Flannery, right? And that is your MLA citation. That goes in your works cited page. And let me show you an example of a works cited page. So when you're working on a research essay, the very last page of that essay is going to have all the sources you've referenced, right? And this website is called the OWL website. It's the online writing lab for Purdue. And they have a whole section on MLA, and I'm going to reference it a lot because this is actually how I, as a professor, grade MLA formatting. Now, they're updating everything to the 9th edition, but as far as I know, 8th edition is still comfortable to use. So feel free to keep using it. And once you come to this website and it's completely updated for 9th edition, they'll have all the right rules for the newest edition. So a works cited page looks like this. Title centered in the middle, the very top of the page. Everything is in alphabetical order by whatever comes first in the citation. So here we have N, inconvenient truth. So the AN is not considered, but the I is, right? So we go from H to I. And you'll also notice that there's this indent, and that indent lets us really seamlessly move from one citation to the next without worrying about, are we reading the same citation or we moved on? We know we've moved on because the rest of each individual citation is indented over. That's called a hanging indent. So this is what your works cited page will look like. And then if you were to use an in-text citation from Dean, all you would need is Dean in parentheses. And that will go at the end of your sentence before the period. So you put Dean in parentheses and then a period. Now let's say you are referencing an inconvenient truth. Because inconvenient truth comes first in the citation, that's what will go in the parentheses. Basically, we use in-text citations to come to the works cited page and find exactly which source you're using. So another great resource on this OWL MLA page is the sample paper. So here I just have a print preview so we can see it up close, but this sample paper tells you everything you need to know about the top right header and page numbers, the top left header, which is only on the first page, your title. It even shows you things like how long quotes should look. So long quotes have their own formatting, right? And it will even show you an example of every kind of citation. So here we have somebody quoting directly from a book, and that requires the page number that the quote is on. Direct quotes generally require a page number if one exists. Here we have a long quote, and you'll notice it's called a block quote, and it has its own indentation. It's its own little paragraph. As we move further, you'll see it even gives you the sample MLA works cited page as well here. And it gives you all sorts of details about how to structure this page. So something else I want to show you is how individual citations should look, and maybe you're not certain. So when you come to the MLA OWL page, you can just type in OWL MLA on Google, it'll come right up. There's an MLA guide here. And if you scroll down a little further, you'll see that there are, we want the formatting and style guide. So we're going to click on that there. And now if you look on the left side here, you're going to see all sorts of stuff. The style guide in general, what are the basics, how to format quotations. And then let's say you're using an electronic source like an ebook, right? Click on electronic source, and then you just scroll down and look for the kind of source you've used. So if you're citing an entire website, it actually starts usually with the website page's title. But if there's an author for the page, it starts with the author's name. Let's say you're using an ebook, it looks very similar to an actual book's citation, and that's the way it should look. That's all the information you need. So the author's name, the title, what kind of book it is, and where it came from, and the year. So this might seem like a lot of information, but I'm giving you all these resources in this way because this is how citations work. It's something that you reference to make sure that you know you've gotten it right. Most citation formats like MLA and APA came from a group of people writing together who wanted everybody to format things in the same way to make researching and comparing research easier. So it makes sense that we still keep using it at the college, although it can be a little cumbersome and it's very detail oriented. But the best way to make sure you're getting it right is to come to something like the MLA OWL page and use these resources. We also at Valencia have a ton of MLA resources. All you have to do is type in MLA in the main valenciacollege.edu search bar, and you'll see all the resources there. So feel free to reach out to us through our distance and online tutoring. And of course, right to our writing centers, you'll have all tutors and supervisors there who are ready to help you with their MLA formatting. You can also reach out to our librarians, and they also have a lot to say about finding sources and getting them into MLA format should you need them that way. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful finals week and enjoy the rest of the semester and your summer.